San Diego tourism is back, everybody. Isn't that a great thing?
Cruise ships finally planning to set sail again out of San Diego. The economic boost that could provide as the region looks to recover from the pandemic. An emergency meeting and an investigation now underway after an incident at a local high school basketball game that one coach says was, quote, flat out racist. What Coronado police are saying about the incident. And another major airline experiencing some turbulence. The issues forcing American Airlines to cancel hundreds of flights in the weeks ahead. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Hello there. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Virginia Cha. So cruise lines returning to San Diego, bringing with them a big boost to post-pandemic tourism. ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons joining us live from the Embarcadero. Jared, so when will those first ships set sail?
We just learned that Holland America will launch its first cruise from San Diego on September 18th. That will be the first time that a cruise sets sail from this dock since March of 2020. And to get ready for that date, Holland Cruise Lines parked the Koningsdam right here at Broadway Pier so their employees could get off and get their second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Holland America plans to send 43 cruises into and out of San Diego over the next travel season, going primarily to Mexico and Hawaii. Port officials say each one of those home ports brings $2 million in economic impact to the region. And every other ship that stops here mid-cruise adds another $600,000. So between Holland America, Disney, Princess, and Celebrity Cruises, the port says as many as 80 ships could stop here this season. That's still down from pre-pandemic levels, but it's a good start towards recovery.
And I think everybody understands that it's not going to come back, with a snap of the fingers. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I think it's going to take confidence in the industry, that it's healthy, that it's safe.
Now, along those lines, I asked the president of Holland America what the cruises will be like once they return. He says every customer and employee will be required to have a vaccine, and once they launch, they will follow all CDC guidelines. Live at Broadway Pier, Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Jared. Meanwhile, businesses along the border say they have suffered another setback. The U.S. has decided to extend travel restrictions again. The Department of Homeland Security continuing to put all non-essential travel between the U.S. and both Canada and Mexico on pause, citing health and safety concerns. The San Isidro Chamber of Commerce says 95% of the city's customers come from Mexico. They say sales last year dropped more than 50%.
It's very frustrating. We don't get excited anymore when they say they're going to open it. We're just waiting for the day that it'll actually open.
Local leaders such as Mayor Todd Gloria and the County Board of Supervisors have reached out to the Biden administration asking them to fully reopen the border. The latest extension will go through July 21st. A number of investigations are now underway surrounding the events that played out after a championship game between Coronado High and Orange Glen High. It involves people throwing tortillas at Orange Glen's team, which is a school made up of predominantly Hispanic and Latino students. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell joining us live from Coronado. Marie, there is a lot of discussion right now about what happens next.
Virginia, we know the CIF is reviewing the situation, as is the school district and Coronado Police. As of now, no action has been taken, but this is something many in the community are talking about. What the heck? This is cell phone video that shows the moment tortillas are thrown at Orange Glen's basketball team. This happened right after Orange Glen lost to Coronado High School in the state championship Saturday night. ABC 10 News spoke to the head coach of Orange Glen's basketball team, Chris Featherly. He had this to say about what played out that night.
It's hard enough losing a state championship. To me, it was just flat out a racist act. I mean, when we're at a school that's has a high population of Hispanic and Latinos, and you're taking bags of tortillas and you're throwing them in our direction.
Chris says prior to this, there were words exchanged between the two head coaches that already had emotions running high.
It wasn't about us losing or winning. It was just about what he said was completely tasteless and disrespectful.
Coronado police posted this on their Facebook page, saying they are extremely disturbed by the behavior of some of those attending the basketball game, calling their actions unacceptable. Adding officers were able to identify the adult male who brought the tortillas to the game. The Coronado Unified School District releasing this statement, extending a full and formal apology to the Orange Glen High School athletes, saying in part they fully condemn the racism, classism, and colorism which fueled the actions of the perpetrators, adding they have called for an emergency meeting where they will hear the results from the investigation and consider additional actions that may be taken. As for Chris, he says he'll leave that up to the school's administration. His main concern are his students.
They're a great team. They're, a great group of kids.
We did hear from Orange Glen School District. They say they have been in contact with the Coronado Unified School District, adding that they are hopeful all of those involved with this will learn from this incident and move forward with greater awareness and commitment to take a stand against racially insensitive and discriminatory practices. Now, we also did reach out to the basketball coach here at Coronado High School, but we have not heard back from him yet. Live from Coronado, Marie Coronel, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Marie. It's the first day of summer school for San Diego Unified. Students are getting a chance at more in-person learning after spending most of the year at home. The district plans announced earlier this year to spend tens of millions to ramp up its summer offerings this summer to try to make up for that distance learning. San Diego Unified tells us 25,000 students have signed up so far. The district says they want to offer a wide range of instruction to help kids bounce back.
We know that there's been some learning loss. We know that students have some academic work to make up, and that's what we'll be doing in the morning portion, when students are coming into school. But we also know students have been through so much social and emotional trauma, mental health challenges.
Beyond covering the basics in class, SDUSD has set up enrichment around the community, ranging from music classes to surf camps. They're going to talk more about the plan for the summer later today, and we're going to have more on that on later editions of ABC 10 News. Also today, the city will start revamping 30th Street in North Park. The project will create a safe street for cars and cyclists. The city is repaving from Polk Avenue to Juniper Street, adding new separated bike lanes. Construction will be done mostly in the nighttime hours from Sunday through Thursdays. The city has been working with businesses that need to remove temporary outdoor dining patios from the street before that construction can take place. Those can be replaced after the street where they are has been paved. Well, this morning, San Diego police are investigating a deadly altercation in Mount Hope. It unfolded last night along F Street. Witnesses tell police the victim got into an argument with people in a dark Honda. They say the people inside the car shot at the man and then struck him with the car. Still no information about possible suspects, but anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers or SDPD. Today, the man who hit and killed a bicyclist in Escondido, then fled the scene, will be sentenced. Jamison Connor pleaded guilty to hitting 36-year-old Vista resident Kevin Lentz back in 2019. Police say Connor left the scene. He was arrested about a week later. He was convicted of 7 felony and misdemeanor counts that include child endangerment and various counts related to drug possession and being a felon in possession of a firearm. He faces at least 30 years in state prison. American Airlines has canceled nearly 400 flights amid major staffing and maintenance issues. ABC's Gio Benitez explains that this is happening as the TSA sees a record number of travelers.
Weather, of course, is a big problem right now, but ABC News has also learned that American Airlines is having major staffing and maintenance issues. Take a look at this right now, because over the weekend, just a stunning number of cancellations. 123 flights on Saturday, about 180 yesterday, and already today, about 100 flights have been canceled. Some of those cancellations have happened right before the scheduled flight. Now, why is this happening? Well, the airline tells us that a high number of employees are calling out sick. Plus, you've got other staffing issues along with aircraft maintenance. Many airlines are having trouble keeping up with the fast increase in travelers. More than 2 million were screened by TSA on Friday alone. And the issues are not over. American expects to cancel anywhere between 50 and 80 flights per day over the next month. So what should you do if you get caught up in a situation like this? Because it may happen. So many people are traveling. American is telling us that they're going to start canceling flights a little bit earlier. That way you have more of a chance to rebook. If it does happen to you, you grab that phone, you open up that airline app right away. This is going to be the fastest way for you to rebook your flight, and you don't want to wait. You want to go ahead and look at those options. They should pop up right there on the app. Gio Benitez, ABC News, Newark Liberty International Airport.